viewers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time of tuning in, welcome. I want to say I appreciate all my subscribers and all of you are just tuning in. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and share. I say again, don't forget to press the red button. Subscribe, like and share. Today, my name is Mariam Katibangura and my YouTube name is Mariam Aspaigura. I talk on faith, marriage, lifestyle and childcare. But for now, I concentrate on faith, marriage, childcare. I've been doing a series on childcare, marriage, talking about singles and marriage. I started one that's how do you know he or she is not the one for you? Signs that he or she is not the one for you. I did part 1 and today I'm going to be doing part 2 of signs that he or she is not the one for you. When I looked at the relationship, it is good for people to know whom they are going to stay with. And so there are some signs. I will not sit there and say they are absolute signs, or if these signs are there, then bam. But it's just a piece of advice that I'm giving out here to people, especially single people out there, so that when trying to take decision, or when you enter into any relationship, you see such signs, they are red flags. It's just a motivation here today that for you people to look out when entering into a relationship, because it is better for you to have a broken relationship than to have a broken marriage. That's why I deem it fit for me to sit here and advise young people out there, people who are planning to enter into any relationship, or you are in a relationship. So we must be looking for some of the signs. I'll jump right into the video. Well, I'll be talking about 6 or 7 points today. Starting is the first one, wherein you and your partner, you always fight over things, especially in terms of opinion. Whenever there is an issue where one has to give his or her own opinion, you see yourself always fighting. You never agree on something. You never comes to compromise. It's a red flag, right? That he or she is not for you. What am I saying? The issue of marriage, it goes into compromise. There are times when you two people, you have to compromise on issues. There are times someone has to be flexible. There are times someone has to let it go. And so I'm looking at it. If you always fight over an opinion, it's a red flag. There are times when you give your own opinion, you should sit down, you reason together. You see to it, okay, your own makes sense. Or what about if we can do it this way? But no sooner one gives his or own opinion, you fight over it. No, that's a red flag. How about when you are going to spend your lifetime in the house? What will become of you, guys? Well, you have to take decisions concerning your children. You have to take decisions concerning your home, concerning your future. And you have been fighting over little things. When you are in a relationship, it's a red flag, my dear. I'm just sending it out to you there as I receive it, so that when you see such things, you say, is this the man I want to settle down with? Or you must be prepared for whatever thing you're going to face out there. And secondly, is someone who always thinks of himself. If you are in a relationship wherein that individual always puts him or herself first, it doesn't think how you feel, how the other person feel, what will be the outcome if he sees me doing it, what will be the outcome if he sees me doing that. I'm telling you, whenever you're in a relationship where one person sees himself as the most upright person, or whose decision has to be taken, or the person whose words has to stand, it's a red flag, my dear. I'm telling you, marriage is a lifelong process, and you have to give room for that person to also feel better. You don't always have to be the one that will be saying, yes, oh, okay, for you, yes, every best thing for me, every good thing for you, everything. How about the other person? So my sister, my brother out there, if you are in such relationship, it's a red flag. How about when you're in that home, and let me say that man is always thinking about himself? What will become of you, the lady? You'll just be dormant there, not doing anything. You'll never be effective. It's a red flag, my dear. Wherein one person sees himself as the person to always have the best. Check it out, it's a red flag. Another thing I'm going to look about is for those people, those partner who thinks that I will bully that person. I'm going to bully him or her. If you are in such a relationship, they are always bullying you, my dear. It is better you withdraw now, because be ready for what you're going to receive in that marriage. You're in a relationship wherein you're being abused. Some people, even when they are in their courtship, the man or the woman, they will start abusing themselves. Domestic violence will go on. They will beat you here and there. They will, all kind of words they will say to you. And you still continue to remain in that relationship. My brother, my sister, I'm telling you, it's a red flag that such people will not be able to settle them. You will not be able to go far with them, except only and only if you're ready and settle for that. You say, it doesn't matter what he or she does to me, I'm going to that relationship. But I'm telling you, for you to enter into a relationship where you are being bullied, you're being abused, my sister, my brother, it's a red flag. It is better for you to know that if I have another way, is it possible for me to back out from this relationship? When it comes to relationship, I always believe that you should sit out there and ask God to choose for you. Many a times we rush into those things. That's why we settle for less. That's why whatever thing comes our way, we are ready to accept it. Whatever thing they do to us, you're ready to take it. But I'm telling you, to enter into an abusive relationship is not good for you, especially women. It's not good for your health. Imagine if your husband, if the man you are in a relationship with, whenever you say something that is true, it ends up with abuses. Whenever you want to correct him, it ends up with beating. My sister, my brother, it's a red flag. It is better for you to sit there and say, where will this take us to? Where are we going? What are we heading for? What am I expecting in the next 20 to 30 years? Imagine, the Bible tells us that when once we enter into marriage, it is a lifelong process. It is an institution where you don't back out so easily. You don't come out. Many a times, so many people, when they enter into a relationship or they enter into marriage, you see them backing out again. But according to God's standard, we are not supposed to back out. And so many a times we see some of these red flags, but just because they say, I want to get married, all my colleagues, all my friends, all my relatives, they are forcing me. They want to see this shit on now. They want to see me get married. And you see all the signs there. You still push yourself into that relationship. That's why we end up getting so many rate of divorces now. I'm talking to you as a sister. I'm talking to you as someone that will not want to see you going down the drain just because you fell in love with someone, just because you entered into a relationship. That's why you need to check out and see which one is good for me. You need to look, which one am I going to settle for? You need to look, God, is this the person you are asking me to enter into? And I'm telling you, there are so many people that comes into the church. They will pretend as if they are that holy. They will pretend as if they are going to give you peace in that relationship. But look for these red flags. I'm telling you, 10 chances to 1, if they are abusive, they will not hide it. Little, let me say, argument, they will start abusing. They will not hide it. They will just say it as it is, because it is in them. It is in them. And if you are in a relationship wherein the person don't want you to be seen out with him or her, it is better you take a check, you reverse. It is better you break and return. Imagine you have to be going out. You have to go out to places. Let me say, you have to go to church. You'll be invited to functions. This is a companionship that you have to be in together. There are some people, they don't want to be seen around. with their girlfriend. They'll tell you, hey, don't worry, I don't want people to know. So they just keep it in the dark. My sister, my brother, hey, they are fooling you. It is high time you are aware now that why is he keeping me in the dark? Or why does she don't want to take me out there? Something is wrong somewhere, I'm telling you. Something is wrong somewhere. And it has to be corrected. If he cannot show you out there in the public, when is he going to be proud of you? Or when is she going to be proud of you? When? Is it after marriage? Nope. I'm telling you. Whenever you are in such a relationship, it is just telling you that either he has another person or he has someone he's seen, he or she, either way. But something is wrong somewhere. It's a red flag, my dear. Don't start telling people, well, they don't want his parents to know me now. Well, we are going to wait. Well, they don't want people to see us out. And at the end of the day, the relation does not work out. No! In everything you're hoping for better. And so if that person sees you as that man that is going to she's going to spend the rest of her life with, she will not be ashamed to take you out there in the public. Likewise also the man, if he sees you as that woman that he is going to spend his lifetime with, he will not be afraid to take you out here. So if you are in any relationship where they cannot take you out into the public, my dear, it's a red flag. Have a check. We must look at these things. We'll be looking at them as if it's funny. But I'm telling you, if we adhere to some of these things, it will help us a lot. Before you go in saying, hey, I've been with this person. Some of us all the time, we have been hurt. You tell, hey, I've been with this person for the past 3 years. Nothing came out of this relationship. See how he dumped me. Just because you saw all the signs, you ignore them. You saw it. The man was not taking you out to the public. He always thinks of himself, or she always thinks of herself. He cannot stand out there for you. The signs are there, but we ignore them because we want to get married. We ignore them because we want to see ourselves in that married home. And so many times, we lose out. That's why so many people are crying. And another thing, I think we ought to be looking out. You need to experience that bond when you are together with that individual. If you think that you cannot bind with that person, my dear, it is better you leave that individual now. Today I was just talking to someone about her relationship, and she told me, she said, I don't know, but I don't have that kind of bond with that person. Anytime you are with that individual, you need to have some bond together. This is someone you have to spend the rest of your life with. Imagine if you cannot bind together now, when are you going to have that bond? Not in the home. That is why so many people in the home, they are so lonely. Because the bonding has never been there. It has never been there. And you saw it. But you say, I want to get married. Even if he or she goes and leave me in the house, I'm ready to be there. My sister, my brother, that's not the plan for you. God says marriage is such an institution where we should enjoy it. It has that kind of peace and love that should flow in the home, that even when the kids are growing up, they will see it in you. But if they see that when this one person is thinking another way, the other one is thinking another way. If there is no bond between both of you, you don't experience any bond, it is better for you to leave that individual now. As I said earlier, it is better for you to have a broken relationship than to have a broken marriage. Yeah? And last but not the least, if that individual does not comfort you, my sister, my brother, in this life, we're going to face challenges. I'm telling you, we're going to face challenges. We're going to go through the tunnels. Hard times will come. If that individual that you're in a relationship with, he is not the one that you can lean on whenever you're going through pains, he cannot be a shoulder to you in that home. Whenever you're going through stress, whenever you're going through pain, you will be the only one. And many a times it leads to stress. And many a times it brings breakdown upon our lives. That is why you should have someone that you should lean on. That you'll be able to cry out your problems, your heart to, and he or she will be there for you. Let's check out for the signs. I'm here to admonish you. I'm here to encourage us all so that we can have a better marriage. And if we look for the signs, if we check for them, you'll be able to know whether this person is the individual that I should enter into marriage with. Thank you for listening, and God bless you. Don't forget, my dear, to subscribe, like, and share. God bless.